Okay. Kargan.
Yo, what's up?
Tasty.
Hello, hello.
Chira.
What's up?
Blackhawk.
Warmed up and jovial.
All right. So, welcome everyone to episode 42 of T-Force RPG. It's a long story. Once again, I'm here, your host and DM Lashak, ready to bring you the next installment in our ongoing series of Futwicks and misadventures and
Exactly is a Futwick.
you.
John Wick's retarded brother.
It's like you're half fuckboy and half witty.
I've been called worse.
So we're into the second session with the new characters of our group. Where we left off, they had just been introduced and went around the city, and there was a hurricane. So this is the story of a hurricane. I'm not going to continue with that joke before Blackhawk dies.
It rocked us pretty good, not gonna lie.
And they managed to make sure that everyone made it through the hurricane alive. Some made it through injured, and
One only has one leg.
one only has one leg. And the dragon Zax, that had been the guardian of the town, broke his wing in it.
Oh yeah.
The group has decided that they are going to stick around while Zax heals to help rebuild and defend the town during his time of injury. So, where we ended the last session, they had just agreed to help Zax by look over the town, and he gave the group the sword of his oldest friend and considered family member, a man by the name of Garrett Lee, several decades ago. It's a fancy-looking scimitar with a falcon head on the bottom of the handle. Very nice, curved, elegant design. He tells you that its name is Falcon. Not sure what the final consensus of who's taking the blade is.
So are we jumping in? Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it.
Oh, here we go. You know, that's a very precious gift given to you, Sig.
Yeah, it seems pretty neat.
It's a lot of responsibility to live up to if you think you can handle it.
Sig takes the scimitar and begins swishing it around and making clearly like over exaggerated like adventurer poses with it, like kind of swashbucklery almost.
Is he making the swooshing noise with his mouth?
Like he's even making like the of like the birds on the high seas as he's cutting down.
I think giving him the sword was a mistake. It's a terrible mistake.
It becomes painfully obvious to Boss and Garrick and Olivier that he does not know how to use that thing.
I thought it was raising enough children.
All right, who wants Teapot Topic how to use that thing?
Sig, I'll show you.
Nice. He kind of does a little front flip-ish and like stabs at imaginary enemies. Because that's what he imagines that scimitars are good for.
You don't fucking stab with scimitars. How fucking dare you?
Oh, this is gonna be great. I love this already.
He stops his little like scimitar parade and goes, "Okay, I'm mad."
Just because I need you to give me an acrobatics roll while you are flipping with this weapon that you are not proficient in using.
Okay, that's a 12.
Okay, so you managed the landing, but in doing so, you realize how incredibly close you came to impaling yourself on the sword while flipping with it.
I see you're taking this responsibility very seriously. That's good. That's good.
Zach starts laughing his draconic ass off.
Well, if the dragon's happy, I think we've made the right decision.
like sweat and like catch myself from like impaling on it and like pick it up and like, is there a sheath that comes with it? By the way, I don't know if I asked. There is.
Yeah.
Okay, I like put it back in the sheath and like, okay, thanks guys. Just like kind of to put it away, like maybe put it in my satchel. But I go to Sid goes to Garrick and to Boss and says, if you guys really wouldn't mind teaching me how to use it, that would be pretty cool.
All right, I think we can work something out.
I guess so.
All right. So
Before
then,
we do that, though, Zax, since I know you can't fly around anymore, is there any place we should look out for? You can range more than most people here and see what's on the edge of the territories. Is there anything we should take a look at? Make sure that nothing's moving in here.
oh well. I mean, my home here sits kind of further past these hills. You start to get towards the swamps, and that's where the Grayscale tribe lives. They normally, if they ever come poking their head around here too closely, I just fly around and make a lot of noise. And no offense, Bones, but a lot of your people are very scared of dragons.
It is not that we are afraid. It is that we respect those that are strong.
Out of fear.
God damn it.
I see now what's happened. The tide has turned. Kargan has made a character that's specifically designed to troll Phil every time he
I would like to point out, it's on everybody.
revenge. Yeah, the Bones is probably familiar a bit with the tales of the Grayscales. They're a much larger, more aggressive tribe than the Greenscales that he's from. They chased them out of where they used to live up there, and that's why they came and inhabited the ruins to the south. Those are the things.
So they come up from the south.
No, they're from the north, like
Right on the
up
map.
past these hills. And
And on the map, are those ruins to the south supposed to signify where Bones' lizard family is camped out?
exactly.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
right underneath Elmshire, the title Elmshire, that's where the tunnel is.
That leads to safe places.
Learning new things every day.
So, what's Zax? How far away is your tower from the rest of the town?
I mean, well, you're there right now.
Oh, we're
It's-
okay. So
yeah,
how far away roughly is it then?
It's about an hour.
Really?
Yeah,
Our walk, though, right?
yeah.
Is the tower positioned between like? Was there a particular reason why the tower was placed here?
It's not so much a tower as is a kind of a large estate house.
Okay. So it's just
And
something
it's
that was
over-
removed from the
It's
rest
up on the like end of the hills overlooking the farming valley, so it's got like a good view of everything below.
Okay.
I guess I mean, are you asking him if it was built this far out for a reason?
Yeah. Zax, is that a particular reason why this was built out here?
Oh well, Lee and his close friend that lived here with him most of the time. They had this constant problem with owlbears popping up everywhere. So I think they just wanted to not risk them being too close to the rest of the village. Plus, the village was already here, and he chose to build it a little distance apart.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Easy. Okay.
Is there anything else we should know about? I know Grayscale is the most immediate threat, but is there anything else in the woods outside?
I mean, there's nothing that I know of that's organized in the woods. You know, you gotta watch out for animals and maybe some other form of creatures in there if you go in too deep.
Do the grayscales frequent a particular area?
They occupy a lot of the up on the coast to north. It gets a little marshy and swampy up there. Once you get past that and you get out more towards the large plains and bits of desert, that's when you start running into the warring Koluk tribes.
How familiar with the geography of the island are you? Do you know all of it, or is this just your particular sphere of influence?
I've flown around it all a time or two, but I try to stick close to keep the town safe.
Are there any other peaceful towns that you know of?
He kind of shakes his head. And I mean, if you go across the sea there, you can get to Ostium Hastum, and it's a fortified walled city. If you go east of here across the way, you'll find what's left of Victoria Point. It's largely flooded. Some people still live there, making out what sort of existence that they can, but it's pretty bad. I haven't gone much further east than that. I can only fly so far, even in good health, for need the rest. But you might find some small little hamlet here or there off the path somewhere. But
are there any isolated places of residence spread throughout that you're aware of?
Well, sometimes up in these hills, I've seen a lone guy wandering about at night. I never really figured out where he lived. Just see him out maybe once every 2 months or so. Just walk around the hills, like gathering up stuff. But I've really not ventured out very far here to save lone residences. I try to keep a close eye on Elmshire itself. I know you hear all those tales where, dragons like to hoard gold and treasure, but this town was important to Lee, so it is my treasure.
That is the sweetest thing any dragon has ever said.
Garrick just nods at that. Kind of thankful for that.
Just picture him like cuddling with a house and be like, "You are what I love the most." But like under the cover of night, so that like no one can see him. And like one time, like a little girl in the town saw him, and he was like,
"Saw nothing."
"Move away."
And then he ate her. It was weird.
Oh,
Takes his treasure with him wherever he goes. So we've just, OOC, we've kind of decided that we're going to set up defenses probably in Elmshire, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys decided that you're going to stay and look over the town and help
till
defend
he's
it.
better. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
What time of... Go ahead.
Oh, I was Sake's going to say, well, I mean, at the very least, we could start preparing some defenses, right? Like, I mean, we could cut down some trees and make some spikes to deter people from coming in. I mean, they don't have to know that he's injured. And if we look kind of scary, well, I mean, that's half as good, right?
If they come. I don't think they'll... Even if they find out he's injured, they're not going to roam close to this house.
Right. No, I'm talking about the town. Like, I mean, if they get close to him, I'm sure he could take care of himself. But what about the people?
I mean, we could fortify the town in a way. It might be worth putting up a few extra lookout towers just so we can get a vantage point, maybe a little ways away from the town, so we can see if there are any encroaching people, be they grayscale or not, just because we're not going to have eyes in the sky.
I think we could probably also mobilize a small militia
from the townsfolk, get a watch going more regularly than we have one now.
Establish someone to always be in the church's tower at all times of day. It's the highest point in the village.
Well, don't forget, most of the other buildings besides the church have been wrecked by the hurricane.
Kind of rubble.
So
we'll need to
literal
rebuild.
rebuilding efforts are going to be your average person's concern.
Well, we can split what we can help with. We can set a few people aside to setting up defenses to protect things while we get the actual infrastructure of the town back to a workable point.
Infrastructure.
People need a place to stay.
Balasar, how did your village fare in the storm?
I don't know, oh great one, Lashak. How did it?
I mean, you guys basically occupy some damp ruins. You don't really build huts.
No,
Like,
no.
Balasar, what's keeping your people from just joining the townsfolk and staying with the town?
Honestly, it's a different culture. Our two kinds, we do not, how do I say this, mix well. As you whacked me during the storm when I tried to take off the dwarf's leg, it's those sort of situations where they look down upon us. Our ways are different. So, we find a place, the ruins back there, for our own protection, for this little one's sake.
All right. Well, I think it might be time to try and assimilate a little bit better for the safety of everyone around, at least for the time being.
I mean, if anything, they could just set up encampments outside of it, right?
I
you
think
guys don't have
that's
to go in the town.
This is not
Bones,
something
would
of my concern. You must speak with the Hammer himself.
If we can get the lizard folk to help us and establish watch, that will allow the townsfolk to focus on mostly rebuilding, and perhaps that would give us the safety we're looking for in this time.
Well, Asherlon, they seem to respect your opinion quite a bit. So if you wouldn't mind putting a word in with them, I think it'd be to the benefit of everyone.
I think I could speak to the Hammer. I've always found her a delightful fellow. Him. Delightful fellow.
you're really not sure.
Can't fucking tell.
It's hard to tell.
And we have things we can offer. I mean, do you guys just eat dwarf legs, or can you eat anything?
We prefer fish on occasion, but legs will do as well.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it make sense for you guys to set up between the town and the coast, and you can fish to your little lizard heart's content?
We'll establish. This is a question not for us. This is a question for Saren Lee and for the Hammer.
Yes.
We shouldn't decide for them.
Why don't we go, and those who have weight with the lizards go meet with them, and those who are people meet with Saren Lee.
Those who are people.
Thank you for your help, Zax. Is there a spot in here that I could perhaps look over the valley and the hills to the north?
There's not like a higher ground than where I already am. Normally I would just fly about and look over, but the hills are many and winding, so it's.
Judging by the nature,
I guess you could try and find. And he kind of like glances back, like the highest point, but it'll kind of be in the middle of everything. And
no worries.
I can't
I
guarantee.
kind of want to think over. Go on.
So I can't guarantee it's safe.
Shouldn't risk it now.
Yeah, I think our greatest risk would be if somebody besides the Grayscales find out that Zax is injured. The town is small. We only really have the resources to dedicate to one front. But I think it's probably our best bet to put them all towards the north.
Well, we don't even need to necessarily show that he's injured. If Zax is being able to travel to and from the town and they can see a dragon out here, I guarantee they don't attack it anytime soon.
We should talk to Certainly and to the Hammer.
Okay. So
I want to well, as if we start walking back, I want to kind of think about the path of the storm, like knowing how like the eye passed over and such.
nature check.
And like think of if, you know, maybe it like from what Zax has said, if the grayscales were maybe caught within the storm as well as us.
Nature check.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a natural 20.
You honestly aren't sure how big the storm was, but it seemed that it passed kind of right over the town, going northwest. So if it got to them, they live in marshes and swamps. Lizardmen can also breathe or can be underwater for a pretty extended period of time. They can hold their breath for 15 minutes easily before they have to start worrying about air.
Awesome.
So they also don't have as much in the way of structures. They'll find caves and such. So if they were hit, they're not going to be nearly as bad off as the
well, not to
town.
mention like swamps and marshes are already sort of, they're naturally resistant to that kind of shit as it is anyway.
Yeah.
But
It's like, oh no, the swamp has more water.
they absorb a lot of this well.
So I'm going to relay that to everyone. If the storm did hit the grayscales, it wouldn't have had much effect. So they're probably suffering less losses than us, if that is the case.
Well, then we best get prepared then.
All right.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's like nearing noon.
Okay.
You know, you guys weathered through the storm. Some of you literally outside with Zax and saw some things here and there, then went and met him at his place, and you're walking back to town now. So it's hitting about midday as you're rolling back into there. And as you walk back, the six of you, you see the remains of Elmshire for you. Not every building's completely obliterated, but no one got by without damage. There are injured people being sought to inside of the church. You can see standing like kind of in the center of town, certainly large bear-like man, like talking to 3 people, and the Hammer standing over there talking with him. You don't see the rest of the Lizardman tribe at the moment, but you recognize the Hammer as they are the tallest of all of the Lizardmen in the tribe, and is never seen without his basically large tree branch with a huge rock tied to the end of it.
It seems they're together. Should we talk to both of them now?
Suppose as good a time as any.
Let's not let this opportunity go to waste.
As
We will approach the...
Okay. As you approaching this, the people that they're talking to is he's talking with Brewer Hawthorne, the head priest and innkeeper, as well as the town blacksmith, a fidgety, nervous-looking man that doesn't fit your normal blacksmith tropes. He's wiry. Has really patchy facial hair, looks to be in like his late 20s, and he's always fidgeting. He says the reason he took up crafting in the first place is he's really bad at keeping his hands still. So he's sitting there nodding, listening, wringing his hands, while listening to something that Saren Lee is saying. And as you get closer, he says, certainly, all right. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that your shop, that your forge is up and going, because we're going to need more nails. We're going to need all sorts of stuff for fixing things. So you find whatever able-bodied boys or girls that you can that can help clear that out, and you get to it. If they have a problem, send them here to talk to me. Yes, Mr. Lee. I'll get right on it. Okay. Those of you who have frequented the Blacks before know that this man's name is Taff. Taff Ajmani. And he turns, looks at you all, nods kind of nervously, and begins, walking off. With a sigh, Lee kind of looks over and sees you all and goes, "Oh, Garrick and Asheron and Bones, newcomers. I'm sorry I haven't necessarily met all of you and gotten all of your names. I'm Saren Lee. I'm the elder of this town, so to speak."
It's very convenient for us, Saren, that you and the Hammer are both here. We've just returned from Zax's tower, and we need to speak to you two at once.
What do you find convenient about it, Asheron? The Hammer says, looking down at you.
We can only have to do the same conversation once.
What my foreign friend here has said. We need to discuss how we can both help the lizard folk and the town of Elmshire while Zax is injured.
Hammer kind of just stares at you like he's expecting you to say more. Well, this isn't the first disaster that Elmshire and Green Scouts have seen themselves through, though I will admit it's the first time we've had to deal with it with Zax injured.
Honestly, we don't expect that anybody will find out about Zax's injury, but it might be noticeable to someone who pays attention that he's no longer in the sky as often, and we just don't want any of the grayscales to come poking around without our knowledge.
On the rare chance they've got an actual intelligent lizard man on their side.
Of course,
Not all of us think as slowly as Bone, stranger. It'd be wise not to insult my people in front of me.
It's true. You guys used the tunnels and he didn't.
Regardless, I think we should have at least one person up in the church's tower at all times, just to keep an eye out. Maybe organize a small little group.
Hammer, where do you plan on camping out for the next period of time?
When we rest, we will go back to our home. We will do what we can to help the manlings here. But while we have our agreement, it is still best we have our distance.
Would you be willing, Hammer, to dedicate a few men each day or women to serving as sort of a watch up north? I know they'll be rather far away from home during the time, but keeping an eye on the grayscales and getting early notice might be our best bet if they plan to come knocking.
Give me a persuasion roll.
All right. Oh, new dice time. Let's break this one in. That is an 11.
Okay.
Good average roll.
Nice middle of the
Right
road.
in the middle.
Level 1 roll.
Ocarina.
Do not presume to tell me how to govern my people, Asheron. You are a guest.
Oh, I assure you, I meant not to tell you, but merely to make a request on behalf of Elmshire and Zax himself, looking out for both your people and the people here. It's, I've only been here a short time, but I might consider this a home of sorts.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier, and it's pretty clear that you guys would get squished if you were by yourself. Like, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but you guys aren't that big of a force.
Sig.
I just
Sig.
That went from a wonderful save into just not the right way to approach this conversation.
Hammer kind of like.
I immediately just kind of cut off and I go, little ones, am I right?
Do not concern yourself with the hatchling. He still has much to learn. Acheron, if I may be too bold, I may be able to use the nature on our side to scout out this grayscales. Use the beasts to our advantage.
I mean, Bones, I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. The more eyes we have, the will be. Replacing Zax is no easy feat, but I think we can probably manage. And at the end of it, hopefully both Elmshire and the Greenscale be stronger for it.
A wise suggestion, Balasar. As usual, you are your most useful when you allow Ulafar to think through you.
It is only through him that I am worthwhile.
Sig kind of sulks to the back of the group, kicks a rock, and says, "That's basically what I said."
Oh my god!
Well then, Hammer, if we were to acquire your help, what would you like in return?
He looks, and he turns and looks at Garrick. His demeanor changes noticeably from that when he was looking at Acheron. As I said,
do we notice that?
Yeah, that's noticeable. That's just everyone's passive insight.
Okay, does he just not like Acheron, or is this he's more fond of Garrick?
Give me an insight roll.
Right.
Yeah, I'm doing that as well.
You're new to seeing him.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I mean, I don't know any of the relationships.
I don't understand why anyone wouldn't just love Acheron.
Oh, what did you guys roll?
Yeah,
I got a 16.
all right. Sig, what your Bass? Yeah, you can tell that he definitely likes Garrick better than Acheron. You're not necessarily sure why. Sig, you've seen this before. Hammer is posturing because he does not like the potential. You think that he doesn't like the potential threat that Acheron gives to his rule.
There you go.
Yeah, the power struggle.
Yeah.
Especially since what you've overheard that the tribe is currently without an actual officiated shaman, as Balasar is still in training. So that makes this
There's a lot of pressure on him.
This magic casting dragonborn with his fancy words, a bit of a threat to his power potentially. But he definitely likes Garrick a lot better.
All right. Well, if it's all the same to you, I think Garrick would be a good liaison between Elmshire and the tribes for the foreseeable future.
Yes, Woody is always welcome amongst my people.
I love it.
Back to the deal. What would you like in return for sending a few lizard folk up here to help rebuild, help keep watch?
As I already said, we will help how we can, and that will be determined by the willingness and the skill of my own people. We did not suffer, so we will live to our end of the bargain, and we will do it as we see fit.
Can't ask for anything more then.
But if it will ease you, I will send 2 of my favorites to go up and accompany near Zax and keep an eye on things.
I kind of point toward Balasar.
Balasar is favored of Ulathar, whose praise goes beyond my own. But I will send Broken Limb and Fishhook.
I love these dumbass names.
This is all your fucking fault, Phil.
I love
He looks so happy.
Do I know, is Broken Limb one with an actual broken limb?
No, broken
He's
limb.
good
is-
at breaking limbs.
He's good at breaking
Excellent.
limbs.
They're named after things that they're good at.
Yes.
Perfect.
So one's good at hooking
nice.
fish.
Asheron just has a very pleased look on his face, and he's kind of nodding along.
Yeah.
Well, now that we have that sorted out, go ahead.
Bones would knows that the broken limb is the only one that ever came close to defeating the hammer in a test of strength.
Okay.
He proceeded to break the hammer's arm, which only made the hammer more angry, and then proceeded to pummel the ever-living crap out of
He rips his own
Broken Limb.
arm off and beats him.
Something to that extent.
I'm gonna.
But then his name, he had another name before, but of course once he earned his new name, nobody speaks of his old name anymore. It's forgotten.
I want to turn to Brewer Hawthorne
Mm-hmm.
and say, Brewer, obviously, I think at this point in time, my office space would be much better used for the people here who need a place to stay while we rebuild. And Sig, I don't know if you have a place to stay yet, but we're going to need more bodies in the north anyway, so you're welcome to come with me. I have a place sort of between Elmshire and Zaxxas Tower that we can use as maybe a base for our militia watch-out force.
Nice. That sounds much better than hiding in people's stables.
Well, there's not really many staples to hide in anyway, so...
People don't look very often. You'd be surprised.
Well, certainly,
Yes.
Hawthorne, what can we do to help out with the town now? I think the day after the storm will be all right, so we need to make a list of what we need to do.
Oh, well, first off, I've already got men, some people working to help Taff get the smith up and running.
What's the biggest thing that we can do in town to make the biggest impact immediately?
I think the first thing to do, if you wouldn't mind going with the Whittle family to go check on their farm. They're one of the largest crop growers. There's only 3 family farms that
The
can
Whittle
fill most of this.
family.
Whittle, W-I-T-T-L-E.
I
Whittle.
thought maybe you said Wiggle family, and I was like, oh my god, please tell
They're
me there are
very,
4 of
very
them,
whittle.
and they have 4 different
also
colored
gonna-
shirts.
Is this isn't the family of halflings, right?
This is the family of
No.
They're the Whittle family.
I think
That
we'd
would
all be
tease
happy
her.
to help out the widow folk.
Oh my. You know, when I wrote this down, I thought of whittling like with wood, and I did not even think of the whittle. Like, oh dear God. what
Well,
have
of
I
course,
done?
it's the things that you didn't think about that come back to haunt you.
Yeah, there's the halfling family that has one of the 3 farms that largely feeds this place. I mean, just town population of only 40 people, you're not going to have a whole lot, but they have the biggest farm. They claim some sort of Whittle family secret to making the cows.
Keep it going.
Oh, that hurts so much.
Sometimes the bits just build themselves, boys and girls. All right.
All right. For a brief moment, any of you future GMs out there, don't just write names down. Say them out loud.
This asshole's acting like he never heard about Looney Tunes. Whittle isn't a word. Get out of here.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind going with them back to their farm, it's a bit more on the outskirts. If there were any scragglers that were going to nab up stuff, that would be the first place I would look. And frankly, we need to know how much damage has been done to the crops. It's only, mid-spring, but everything's already been planted at this point. We need to know how the soil's going to do and if everything's been uprooted or not.
Last question before we go. Sig, Boss, and Olivier, what time did your ship come in?
Down.
What? Yeah. What time did the ship?
Boss and Olivier walked into town.
I don't know that.
They met each other kind of oddly on the road, but where their ship came in would have been actually further to the south, past the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And they also didn't come on the same ship.
I assume they were traveling together.
Nah, I met him on the road.
Yeah.
I think it would be good if we sent someone to look out, see if there's any ships we might be able to request aid from Dacium Hassan.
The problem with that is that we don't have all of our what small fishing boats we had were destroyed in the storm.
Yeah, also, I probably should be staying around here making sure all the wounded are healing up right. If we are going to be picking a fight, we got to make sure everyone's in peak performance.
Fair enough.
Another Hoffman goes, if there's another man that knows his way around a wound, that's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I know a couple of things. Just don't expect good bedside manner.
He kind of nods and takes a sip from a flask because this is my bedside manner.
That's why he was kicked out of the Band-Aid Boy Academy. Bad bedside manner.
We'll go with that story.
Well, I'm sure it won't be far, but we might need to go a whittle out of our way. To find some help.
You know what, though? I'm not going to change the name. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with it.
Prepare to be tortured forever then, because this is happening. 4 years later, yeah, we got to go back and help out the widow ones.
Oh, wow, it's a rare time where we see a play on words. Fuck with a shock. Congratulations on everything impossible.
So this is what it feels like.
At least we know it won't be a big problem.
Shall we?
Anyways, what else do we need to get done around here?
Well, we're still assessing the situation. If you wouldn't mind just go checking out with them. First, let's see what sort of damage
Is there
has been
anything
done.
else on the outskirts of town that's worth looking into as well while we're already out there?
I can show you around.
The other two farms aren't too far away. Everything up there to the northwest on the edge of town there. Garrick, of course, his place is down there towards the southwest, heading towards the woods. But
I can
we'll
show you
already,
around.
Man, if you guys see any plants that look medicinal, I know it's a big ask. If you can find them and bring them back, that'd be great.
No. Burgos, I already have my 2 slacker acolytes on it.
Oh, good.
All right then, well, let's go.
Bones, you fancy a trip up north?
Yes, I could use the walk. How far away is this settlement?
I
know
mean,
that, right?
what's that?
I know that, right?
Yeah, it's all of, but
Probably
mile
same
and a
distance as
half.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's
Sure.
really not far. It's far enough that you can see it on the horizon from town, and then walk.
Could you whittle down on the distance? You cut some corners.
It's only a whittle ways away.
I'm sick of this joke already. I don't want to.
Midge. He goes out there, and this small, very well-built halfling woman comes walking over. Garrick, you recognize Midge Whittle. She's the mom of the family.
Her name's Midge.
Yes.
Okay.
Midge.
All right.
Are you sure it's not Smidge?
No, it's not Smidge. Damn. Again, say these things out loud. Don't just write them down. Eventually,
We're just a party of assholes.
I mean, there's.
Well, we
that
always knew that. we always knew.
That'll never change.
It doesn't matter which assholes make up the party. The party will always be full of assholes.
too. Assholes. Assholes never change. Sure. Yeah, have you found some people to come with us yet?
I did.
I take a bow.
Oh, Garrick! She smiles.
Family make it through all right?
Yeah, you know, Henry's complaining as usual, but all the boys are okay, and little Laura's gonna be just fine. She's got bruised her head a bit.
She's a tough one.
Ain't that the truth? Well, if you want to come out, I'll go grab up the rest of the family.
I'll head in with you.
Henry! Henry, get the kids!
I'll go help them. A little slower.
Garrick, are your boys and girls gonna be all right down here?
That's what I'm going to check on first.
All right.
So, you know, she shouts over there, and a halfling man and with two younger-looking halfling boys, and I mean, I'm not sure how well you guys know halfling age, but they look like about the halfling equivalent of teenagers. And then a young girl with a bandage wrapped around their head. The Whittle family.
Can I see if how hurt the little girl is?
Give me a medicine roll.
All right.
I'm going to jog in to help them over and see if I can see the...
I mean, they're walking over just fine. They don't need help.
Well,
She
that
just
is a
yelled at them.
solid 8.
Sure. Well, I'm going to jog over there regardless and, you know, just kind of wave and then walk into the church and just see if my kids are there.
They're not in the church. They were outside. Like only the injured people are still inside the church right now.
Okay. Do I see my kids anywhere around then?
Give me a... you have not spotted them, but now that you're looking for them, give me a perception check.
Sure. That's a 10.
It's a 10. Okay. So, how you don't see your kids anywhere at the moment. And, boss, you, she looks like she bumped her head.
Man, I am so good at looking at wounds.
Wait, am I there too, or am I in the town? I kind of lost.
You're all still together.
We haven't left for the Whittle.
Yeah, we're in the town square right now.
Come on, let me look at that. Jesus.
Boss grabs the child by the back of the head and goes, blood, gross.
Hold on. There we go.
19.
Cargan?
You got a 19.
I got a 19.
All right, so Olivier kind of like brushes boss out of the way and looks over, sighs at the very rushed bandage job, holds up there. The wound's clean. It really is just like some piece of debris must have just hit her in the head, and you know,
No
small cut
concussion,
bruise.
nothing like that. Anything that we have to worry about.
No, she'll be fine.
All right, you're fine.
I know.
Would lay on hands fix the gash? Would it like
Yes.
fix the cut? Would like 1 point of lay on hands fix the cut?
It's about how much damage she's taken. So yeah, you could use a point. You could use lay on hands on her.
All right, I want to get down right next to her. I'm like, hello, little lass. That looks like it hurts a little bit. Would you like me to help?
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
fine. I'm tough.
All right. Well, that if that's how you feel about that, I could make it feel a little bit better.
Nah. Hawthorne says it's going to leave a scar, and I'll look badass. You watch your language, that little one.
I like this one.
I just stand back up because I'm not gonna dump any points on lay on hands because that would fix the scarring, and I want her to be happy.
Roll for fist bump. And it's the 4. I'm sorry. The 4.
We've already created the new best character in this campaign, and it's none of ours.
The angry little girl,
Laura Whittle.
Laura Whittle.
Laura Whittle. Let's just throw some armor on her and send her against the grayscale. I'm sure nothing bad could come
What
of that.
could go wrong?
We'll give you even more scars.
Yeah.
I know.
All
All right, I think we now head towards. We had a little bit of ways up north.
I ask Serenly if he sees my my kids to send Arthur and Sam over to Taff, to see if they can help him.
Taff.
Taff.
Yeah, Taff.
Oh, 2 Fs.
Yeah.
I'll amend that.
Before we head off, I go to Serenly.
he looks at you with that same level of, oh boy, what now?
If you see a random animal walk into town, please inform me right away.
What do you mean by random animal? Are we talking like a loose chicken here, or
More like a flying chicken.
What?
And I walk off.
I know what you're doing, Phil.
Yeah.
He looks really confused at the concept of what do you mean? Like, a flying chicken.
Bones? What do you mean?
It's to warn your people in case the grayscales are near.
They can do the same as you.
I would assume they have a shaman much like we used to. But instead, this flying chicken will be up mine, not theirs. So please do not eat it.
We should move quickly then.
Just gonna like say in passing, what kind of society do they have that like people pluck farm animals out? Like, cool, free dinner.
We got a plan, right? Like, we've been here for like 30 minutes. We have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're heading off to the Whittle farm.
All right, I'll stick back. I want to make sure everyone's okay. We did chop off a door foot today. I gotta make sure he's all right. That could get infected.
Has it been a whole day since then? Did we get a rest?
That was you guys slept through the night.
Last night, right?
Okay.
Those of you who slept outside with the dragon are you got rest, but you're not like feeling fully rested. You're still a little tired because you slept through
outside with a dragon.
Outside and during a hurricane.
Yeah. Worth it.
It was a sign of solidarity, Lashak. Fuck you.
I'm just saying.
Dragons have feelings too, man.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Solidarity has consequences too.
So, you guys begin. It sounds like everyone but Olivier is making their way to the Whittle farm.
That's correct, narrator.
Pretty boy, flying chicken, watch from above.
Okay.
Oh God. So you guys, the Whittle family, meet you up out of town and to their farmhouse. And as it gets into view, Midge just goes, "Oh no, oh." So you can see that it's kind of built like something very kind of Hobbit hole-esque, but it is a lot of the ground has been kind of swept away. And as you move closer here, you do come across some the smell of dead animal permeates the air.
Uh-oh.
So sobbing. The house is not completely ruined, but it is highly damaged. As they move past that, the kids running over to the house, of course, trying to see if they can't find like their favorite toy or looking for the dog. Henry, the oldest, goes running around or Henry, the father, goes immediately towards the crops.
I walk with Henry.
While Milo, the oldest, goes look around shouting Speedy! He begins calling name. Garrick, you would know that Speedy is the dog of the family.
And Lashak's brother. Both.
And yes, that is the nickname of my brother. Yes. Speedy Dan, because he got a ticket for going 40 miles an hour in a 65 speed limit zone once.
I'm not picturing this dog as your brother.
Oh God.
He has your brother's face.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
We're really veering into lobster territory right now.
Lobster.
The movie The Lobster, and I can't relive that yet. It's been too soon still.
Anyways, you go over in the crops and he bends down and take a look over it. Give me a nature roll.
Okay, we'll do this one. Nature, not great. That's 11. I'm a woodworker, not a farmer.
I like how you need to preface that.
Henry looks up at you and goes, "This isn't good. I think we lost more than half. We might lose more than half the yield this year. So everyone's got to tighten their belts, unless they got stuff hidden in the larder."
Fuck. 11 on the nature check. Well, these props can't be made into chairs.
God damn it. Oh. Everything hurts right now.
Good.
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 Anyways.
I think you're about to make us deal with a dead dog, so you probably just.
Henry, what else is around here?
There's the other farms over there as he points off into the distance. You know, there's the Garmin farm and the Fike farm, but then you're reaching out the edge of this place here and just prairie land from there on out.
I'm checking if there's like any footprints or whatnot that's not humanoid in nature around here.
Go ahead and give me your survival roll.
21.
21. Okay. So you begin looking about for signs of footprints or tracks, and you do manage to find some. Actually, the ground's really damp and muddy, so the footprints stick out really strongly. But you find what appears to be fairly fresh set of lizardmen footprints. And as you begin, like, Bones, like, gets there, she stops, like, drops, like, onto, like, all fours, begins, like, scurrying, following these footprints. And you lead around past some rubble, and you come across a mostly eaten dead cow.
Did the footprints, because I'm assuming like the grayscales have larger feet than us greenscales. Did they look larger than us?
They're not actually physically any larger than you guys.
Okay.
Just larger than the tribe size?
Yeah, their tribe is larger, and they are more aggressive, and but when you get over there, you find you do manage to actually find a small flaked off gray scale near this dead cow.
It would appear that the grayscales have gotten bold and have came closer to your lands, Woody.
I'm standing and looking over this. We should check on the Garmins. Did Midge and Henry call out? Did you see the Garmins or the Fikes in town?
Yeah, they came into town the same time as us, Midge says. They made it back all right. Ma! Pa! Hear Milo yell out from behind the house. Come in here, quick! In a very panicky voice.
Walk over.
Also
scanning for any other signs, see if I can determine how many creatures there were around here.
I mean, you didn't see the tracks. That was Bones.
Okay.
But as you guys, hustle over there, you see in sort of this weird makeshift pen or trap with spikes all around it. There's a scared-looking dog with a series of odd ropes kind of tied around it, looking afraid to move and kind of scratched up in a lot of places. On top of this cage, recognizable to you, Bones, is a fetish symbol of the Grayscale tribe. I think Speedy's hurt and he's stuck in there. I tried to reach in, but I cut my hand and everything's sharp and...
Sig kind of hops up and says, "No one touched that." And I'm going to go in. Can I use my thieves' tools to try to see if I could potentially look towards dismantling this?
Absolutely.
I want to look around as well, recognizing.
Oh, that crit.
Cool.
Natural 20.
That's a crit, baby.
That's a 27.
You've seen this sort of rig before. You've never seen it except for a dog, but this contraption is meant to... It's not really a trap for the dog. It's a trap for whoever would be willing to take the dog out.
Okay.
So like quickly, Sig like just stops everyone. Nat 20, 27 on Thief Soldier. You run over there and push the kid back and reach around to this cage thing there and pull and take out a small knife and begin cutting small, like really thin, not visible to the most eyes, wires. As you then pull a series of loaded spikes out of the soft ground that were prepared to, when the cage opened, to launch upward right at the front of the cage. Digging through there, you cut it out and get the dog free.
So recognizing that trap is, that's from what looks like lizard folk, but I know that Bones' people wouldn't have done that. Can I look around and see if I can see how many, if there's any indication how many lizard folk are around here?
If there's any other traps around here as well.
If there's any other traps, how long ago they were here?
Okay, you're going to need to tell me where you're specifically looking. Like, what are you looking for? Not just like everywhere. You're giving me too vague of a description.
Okay,
there.
I want to look around the trap, seeing if there's any other signs that there were lizard folk
there are clear. This is, remember, this was all soaked in a hurricane, so you are stepping like, above ankle deep in mud with every step.
Can I follow the tracks that we saw earlier to see if they lead away from the farm?
Yes, actually. Give me a survival roll.
I'm going to do that as well.
I do want to tell the party.
Is an 11.
Ooh.
Well, these are really easy to follow. Thing is that as you look over, you see that as you're looking around, though, you realize that they have walked all around this area, and there are so many sets of footprints. It was kind of hard to notice them sticking out at first because the whole area's blown over.
Fest.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But as you do, you see that they have walked all over this place. They even walked into. You find muddy lizardman footprints on the doorstep, like on the doorstep of the house, with the door pulled off the hinges.
Now, did it look like that the footsteps were created during the storm or after? Like, how old are these? Because of your survival roll, which was much higher than theirs, these tracks are maybe 2 hours old. Okay.
Like, these are fresh. But the problem that you have here with this maze is you don't have a good idea of how many of them there were.
Can we at all see if there are any tracks that look like they're leaving this area?
So with the survival check that you got looking at the tracks, you have a hard time telling what ones were coming in, what ones are going out. They might start or stop at giant puddles and other knocked over things.
Can I go and check the house then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait.
I'm going to be keeping a lookout if I can while these guys are doing all that. Just
okay.
that these things
I think we need to clear the house. We don't know if there's any still around.
It's rather strange for lizard men to leave this dog here when he could have been food tools for them.
Actually, I pipe up. Whatever made this trap intends to come back. This could have killed someone.
Then
and
let's
point out the spikes.
let's clear the house.
How it would have worked.
Let's clear the house, and if they plan on coming back, we could set an ambush. Could lay in waiting, but we need to make sure the area is safe first.
I'll go in with you, Boss Vidal.
Before we all search for these more mechanisms, let me speak with your pet to see if he knows anything.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
As I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
This is what I've always
Are you
needed.
casting
Speedy,
it?
baby.
Now, you know what? All
Are you
right,
casting it regularly or as a ritual?
Do we have the time, or do you want me to get this moving along?
I mean, you can speak with the animal while we check out the house. That's
Yeah.
like that. We can do multiple things at once.
And
The
I'll
thing that I'm
cast
most
it right
excited
away.
about is whether or not animals are being on potentially the same intelligence level as you, if this conversation is going to go better, or if they're going to be even more confused than people are.
Man, you just ruined it for me.
Bark, 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 bark.
Speedy happens to have a 7 intelligence.
He's going to be
Because
smarter.
I feel
Just
like
wait.
we're going to speak with animals between you and the animals a lot. You're actually much closer to an animal intelligence than you are to a regular person's.
Yep.
So when we speak animal to person, we will speak very eloquently and well refined.
Yes, of course.
So when you both have like super low intelligences and you. Oh yeah.
So, like, he can have conversations with animals better than smarter people who had conversation with animals. This is amazing.
No, he can have a conversation with animals better than he can have conversations with people.
It just sounds more
You're like the
natural.
Rain Man of speaking to animals.
Oh my god.
Pretty close to an animal as is.
So are you casting it regularly or as a ritual?
I'll cast it right away.
Sorry. Right, okay. You peer into Speedy's eyes, and he's hurt and scared and tired. And you very quickly gain the impression that he is not slept or rest or had anything substantial to eat in a while. And he makes a small whining noise.
I have 10 rations.
thanks.
Can I give the dog the rations?
Certainly, and he will eat them up.
I'll give 1 ration to the dog. So mark 1 ration off the list.
Well, thank goodness you all have come and rescued me in my time of need. Yeah, those ruffians came and accosted me and set me in that trap. I feared for my life, and that I would never once again have a treat or be called a good boy.
Fear not, little one. We are here to assist you in this matter. Tell me, where did you see some gray lizards around here?
Yes, there were many such of them. I counted at least 2, actually. There may have been as many as 2 or as few as 2. Again, he's not actually smart. We're just going to make them more eloquent.
Yeah.
I want to speak with animals just so I can listen in on this and have no idea what's going on, but they still sound stupid to me.
They came and they they killed the cow and ate some of the other freshly dead things. I think they had their full. I could not understand what they were saying, but they caught me and they hit me a few times, but not enough to obviously mortally wound me. And then they set me in that nasty trap. And every time I tried to move or get out, then the sharp thing would poke at me. It was most dreadful, I assure you.
We just hear Bones and the dog barking back and forth, right?
Absolutely.
Bark, 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 bark.
Meanwhile, the rest of the party goes, bark, bark, bark.
Can I take a look out to see if there's anything
Speedy is
around or
a
if there's
beagle, by the way, a beagle.
Bones, ask him which direction they left in.
Bark, bark.
Ah, yes, Oh, go ahead.
It appears that these lizard folk are no longer around here. Do you know where they have gone, good friend?
Why, truly, good sir, my most celebrated hero. I believe that I saw them making their way, and he gestures his head towards the southwest. They came in from up over yonder to the great "Don't go further than here" boy, and started heading off towards the other farms where I am told to. Oh, I hope that they did not do any harm to the sweet, sweet Clarice in the next farm over. She is the finest bitch I've seen in miles.
And there it is, boys and girls.
Can I keep a lookout
punchline.
to see if there's any lizard folk that are coming back?
You have been keeping a lookout this whole time.
Okay. I thought you were on a perception check.
Currently, you're using your passive perception.
Oh, I want to be active.
Is Ballister, Phil, are you letting us know what the dog is saying, or are you keeping this to yourself?
Bark, 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 bark.
But I believe they went. They were heading towards the other farms, and perhaps even further to the area of the utopia of trees, the peon.
Oh my god.
You take this to mean the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, Woody?
Woody.
Wood?
But thank you again for freeing me. Like I said, there had to have been at least two of them, and almost as many as two of them.
No more, no less. Quite right, I see.
At least and almost.
Well, you have been of much assistance, but if you excuse me, we will commandeer this place, and we will make sure that you and your bitch are well protected.
If you pardon me for just a moment, I will most gladly reward you by going digging up my prized bone.
Oh, you jest, good sir.
Truly not. You have saved my life.
Oh my god, this is a match made in heaven.
If you pardon me for just a moment, the dog gets up and goes over his way and begins digging, and then nuzzles his nose into the soft ground and pulls up a bone and walks it over and lays it at 6 feet, and looks up at him wagging his tail.
Yeah, I pet the dog. I pet the dog real
And
good.
Ballister is immediately like, "Are you going to use that?"
So as the trail of the spell begins to end, we're going to go ahead and take a break here.
All right.
Now we know why his name is Bones.
So if you want to go ahead, and we'll stop the recordings and export your audio. Again, I'll make the folder after the session.
All right.
That's 42,
Or
right?
someone will. Yep, it's 42.
Sport audio.
And refill your drinks, use the bathroom, whatever. We will return in a few moments.
I am going
Me a boost,
to
too.
quiet Discord for a second because I'm going to go check on my work, which seems to be blowing up a little bit. But
Oh, yay!
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah, it's all good.
Go grab some food.
So, if you're waiting for me, ping me on Slack. I should be able to switch back over.
I'll be back.
Man, there's so many episodes. Holy fuck.
All right.
I have 2 so far.
Fuck you. There's so much audio on here.
You newbie.
Our new characters are so good.
I love them. They are quite delicious.
Oh no.
What?
Please don't eat me.
Ho 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 ho. whatever.
What? Not gonna lie, I held back because I forgot to get my equipment sorted in order, so I technically had no weapons on hand. So I was like, "Oh shit! I was supposed to take care of that."
Holding back for what?
I didn't, because I didn't get my starting equipment sorted out, even though I talked to LeShock all about it and made sure it was. I just never put it in the sheet, so I had to get that all set up.
There you go.
I totally forgot. I was like, I looked over and went, oh shit, we might be fighting stuff for the next week or so. I better get my situation in order. And so I did.
Have you ever played Prince of Persia 2?
Probably.
The thing I posted was the beginning was the eagle sword from that, and it's totally the scimitar.
That's actually pretty impressive because that's kind of how I envision.
What?
I think I have it here still. Yeah. Boom. It's from Warrior Within. It's like the first weapon you have in the game before you lose it, like you do in every game. I'm like, that's probably what you got.
Why am I lagging
How
so
to take
bad?
care of their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've had to reset you so many times.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
There's
Fuck.
something
All right,
going
I'm gonna
on
reset.
your
I'm
end.
gonna reset my router. BRB.
The GIF is fantastic.
I know, I love it.
Oh, hell yeah, girl. Yeah.
Our last chance. We're our last chance. We failed, y'all.
Has everybody here seen the new Rick and Morty episode
You
yet?
let us down for real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hard. We couldn't find any amoebas. We found some animals.
Oh, there's more. Holy shit.
God, I still need to
Like-
find a good nickname for you, Chira. You're the
For
only
who?
one I haven't found a good nickname for yet. Chira.
Who?
For Chira.
Yeah.
You mean boss?
Yeah, boss.
Hey, boss.
Hey,
Mouse.
mouse.
Something that Ballester would say. I don't know yet. I'm still debating.
Thanks for calling me Woody.
Oh my god, I'm alive.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
That was my
Never
favorite part of Toy Story.
Do I say
I'm Woody. Howdy. I'm just hoping there's a moment in this part.
Oh.
Yeah, I see Ron, like the grayscales are like have been sabotaging us, and I go, somebody poisoned the water hole.
Oh, no.
That's the only thing I don't want to ever.
I'm sure you guys know, but just in case you don't, if you right-click someone's name, you can reconnect just them. Also, Jador, you're muted if you're talking to us.
Oh, you
I know he's talking to
can.
his business.
Okay,
Nice.
good. He is in there. Okay.
Yeah, he was calling about work
Where's it work?
for himself. Jado's his own boss.
He programs for a startup.
Huh?
Yeah.
He's the founder of.
Hmm.
Yeah. He's got this really cool guy named Fitz who works for him. No, it's just ongoing joke. It's they're partners, but we always like to say that Fitz is his employee because of Bob.
Why did you tell me this joke before I went to see them?
He
I
hired
told you
Fitz.
to. I told you to say something about that, but you just didn't get it. And I didn't feel like explaining it all.
Lazy bum.
What's the next time you're coming to town, you fucks?
Once my car is back up and running properly, then I definitely can.
Dude, I live super close, so you can essentially just pick a day.
Well, I mean, my mom lives.
Okay, I am back. I'm sorry.
I've been in Dayton back to back weekend.
No, but I gave them some ideas, and hopefully when we're done, it'll be good. We'll see. All right. My export has succeeded. Make sure it's the right length.
Hope my
Yep, 1 hour and 12 minutes. Sounds good.
all right, friends. Well, get
Well,
to it.
Just give a moment so that way, because I am close to the kitchen once Jillian's done heating up her food. Otherwise, we'll get the loud beep come in through the recording.
That's fine.
That's the sound that grayscales make when they descend upon us.
Yeah, that's the attack noise.
Every time the grayscales are going to attack, I'll just like hit the microwave to 1 second. Uh-oh, do you hear that humming?
We're gonna be like,
that's their drums.
Yeah. They're not smart enough to figure out how to play actual drums. They just make one tone.
Ew, kissing.
Yay, kissing.
That's how you get diabetes.
What?
Or her.
Yeah, because it's so sweet.
She actually is diabetic.
Ow.
You're
Better
there with
ask
her.
Better ask her how many times she's been kissing.
Phil said that he goes, ew, kissing, that's how you get diabetes. I'm like, she is diabetic.
That's not how I got it, though.
Must shave hair now.
We're never kissing.
Oh, all right. Yeah, last I checked, diabetes is not an STD, but I could be wrong.
I don't know what state you're part of.
Unless you're fucking Twinkies, then no.
Unless you're fucking Twinkies, then no.
Now I wanna. Just to say I have.
Well, you got mouth fucked by too many Twinkies, and now he's got the diabetes. So.
Oh, this is a real treat for anyone that watches on YouTube and not for the podcast, not the podcast.
Perfect.
Add it to the behind the scenes
Real
collection when the DVD comes out.
It's either a real treat or a horror show, and it's one or the other.
I feel like the people that watched on YouTube watch it just for the extra fuckery.
Yeah.
Or you're like Leftino and Duck, who just watch us live most of the time and deal with it. So okay. We ready to resume?
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay, when everyone's ready, I will again count down from 3, and on 3, 2, 1, and record. Yeah, and then we'll all record, and then we'll do the thing. All right. 3, 2, 1, record. Lashak is recording. What about Jado?
Asheron is here and ready to kick some grayscale ass.
All right. Bones.
Bark, 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 bark.
Blackhawk.
Dog Friend Incorporated.
Chira.
All right, all I want to do is go to that other farm and stab a grayscale in the mouth.
Garrick.
Woody's here.
Woody's here.
And Olivier.
All right, who the hell decided to use red bandages? This has got to be the worst idea. Oh, that's your blood? Oh, well, we better change these.
All right. So welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of episode 42 of T-Force RPG. It's a long story. Where we just left off was with the group of adventurers investigating the Whittle House on the Prairie. As I just realized, I described the outer lands as prairie. Oh my God, what have I done to myself?
Exactly what you wanted and didn't want at the same time.
This was subconscious. I didn't know I wanted this.
You're not a masochist either. This is weird.
Anyway,
To yourself.
so, and they discovered that some grayscale lizardmen had been here at the place and had killed some of the livestock and set a trap around the beloved family dog, Speedy.
What an ass.
What? Yes, indeed. What an ass, indeed. Balasar, you speak with animals to have a very eloquent conversation with Speedy the dog to learn information. And where we're coming back in is that's the magic of that spell fades. And Balasar has just gleaned all this information with the rest of the group just sitting around hearing Balasar go bark, 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 bark.
While he's barking, I'm checking out the house.
Okay, how are you checking out the house? What are you looking for? What you doing?
Go and if I want to see how far the tracks penetrate into the house.
Well, there's not a ton. I mean, anywhere else you can see fairly well in the dark. Actually, looking at it, you see that at least one set of tracks goes into the house completely.
Okay, my main reasoning for going in the house is I just want to make sure there's no.
You're looking for other traps.
I'm looking for other traps, and if there's any people in there, like if there's any grayscales in there.
Okay.
Because Phil hasn't told us anything.
This is true. Give me a perception check as you walk in and look around.
That is a 12.
You walk in. So you see a lot of stuff has been knocked over. It's hard to tell if it was from lizard men or if it was from the storm. Things have been torn apart. You step over some fallen stuff, and right at that moment, you feel you hear a snap as you set your foot down on the other side. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 19.
Okay. You're quickly able to hop back and yank your feet away as you watch a simple like rope noose just kind of like pull up straight from the ground, as if intending to snare your leg in it.
I'm so glad it was me. You're not one of the kids.
As you have that thought, you realize, wait, the kids already ran into the house before you.
I look for the kid.
Give me a new perception check.
Five. I'm blind.
You begin frantically looking around the room for around the house. It's not like a huge house, but there is a few sections of it that you can't see. But it's also, you don't hear them. All you're currently hearing is bark, 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 bark coming from outside.
All right. I'm going to quickly exit the house. Just shout out. Guys, the house is trapped. The kids came into the house. I can't find them. Anybody else want to get in here and help me look for them?
Oh, I can do it. I can do it.
Does anyone have a way to make light easily or a torch on them that we can light up?
And
I will help you look.
I have torches.
Okay. If you hand me a torch, I will light it.
I'll give you a torch.
All right. I light hit the torch.
Okay.
And then I think Sig and I are going in with Boss Vidal to search for traps.
One torch, and I am down to 9. I need a new bathtub, guys. I've been thinking about this a lot.
Oh god, the portable bathtub.
Where are your soap charges, Cheers?
I can't wait till we find that as like a legendary relic in the world.
well, now they're ghost soap charges because I was down to like 41 before I died. But I'm sure I used a bunch in the 2 years that we had the time.
Yeah, you refreshed. Got new soap.
I hope it was a different scent too.
Oh yeah, you totally went from spring fresh to lavender.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
From Irish Spring to some sort of lavender. I see how it is.
Right. Because for those past 2 years, you've been bathing with Tristan.
Right, of course. That's where I was going with that too. So that was great.
So, great narrator. Do we stumble upon dead halfling children?
I was waiting for that, and I'm going to be very upset at everyone.
Yeah.
Do you want us to percept as well?
By all means, percept away.
Please be. There we go.
I got a 22.
I got a 2.
Man, you're as blind as me.
Ash doesn't care about the kids. Confirmed.
So okay. If we take both of Boss Vidal's previous rolls added with Asheron's roll, you don't get Sig's roll.
You don't even get half of Sig's roll. That's how.
I'm so terrified of stepping on a trap right now that I just can't even look correctly.
Who is walking in first?
I'm guessing me because I'm sprightly and unafraid.
You also know how to disable traps.
Yeah.
I would probably have to be behind him since he can't see in the dark either.
So you're walking behind him, holding the torch up for him to see, because you're significantly taller than him too.
I'm also probably crouching really awkward.
Yeah, this is a halfling-sized house.
Oh, that's why I can't see anything because my head keeps bumping.
Yeah.
I picture Ashron just like crouching and like train caboose scooting with the torch for me as I like leap around to places. I'm like, no trap here, no trap here.
This is not my most dignified moment. I'm going to be honest with you.
Luckily, this is built like most farms that have kind of like an upper loft, so it's not like horribly short.
So is my head level at loft level?
Pretty much. You can literally peer into the loft. But you were distracted looking around. Sig, as you're looking around through the reflective light here, you immediately notice caught up in nets and apparently either not moving a halfling child. The younger of the two boys, Merrick, caught up in a net.
You said he's not moving?
Yes. Laura dies, I will wreck someone.
Shit.
Laura is by her mom's side and has not left.
What about
Thank God. All right, as long as she's safe.
I go
Milo,
to Ashron.
Milo is the one that found the dog.
Is he still outside, or is he?
Yeah, he's with the dog.
Okay.
He loves that dog.
Do you see something, Sig? I can't see under anything here.
I point up to the net where I see the child.
Now you see it clear as day. Now that he points it out, both of you.
Is he conscious?
That's the last time accounted for, Chad. Because you said Laura's with her mom and Milo is with the dog.
Yeah, so he's the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, Merrick. There's three kids.
Is the kid unconscious?
You'd have to get closer and inspect him.
Can I reach him?
You would have to move. He's on the other side of the room.
Oh, okay. I can cut him down, Sig. Is there anything else in between me and him?
With that perception, did I see any?
At this point, you would need to investigate to look specifically into that area.
Okay. Let me double check. Hang on. That's a 4.
Coast looks clear.
Okay. As far as I can tell, there's not anything straight to.
All right. I'm going to hand Sig the torch, and I'm going to walk up to the child, kind of like look to cradle him as I cut the net.
Okay. You walk up there, you take a step, and you begin cutting the net.
And yeah, I'm trying to like basically just cradle him.
It's a halfling child. You could palm this thing more or less. Like
you're a huge dragon creature, man.
You have a 20 strength. This is not difficult for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's the smartest dragon boy ever.
So yeah, you quickly take blade, cut it down, catch. And as you do, you hear the sound of something being released. As this rope, once cut, goes flying up. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I am also going to do my best to shield the child from wherever I'm diving from, just so we're aware. Let's use one of these new dice that I've rolled a 7 and a 2 so far.
Ooh, new dice. For 3.
That would be an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
You're quickly able to, like, you look up and you grab the kid and you jump backwards, stumbling over a fallen, like, dresser and landing at Sig's feet, almost bumping into him.
Well,
just in time to watch this rope being rigged up to another end to a large, heavy rock that was counterbalancing the caught child just drop right where you were standing.
Good save, big guy.
Yeah, coast clear, I suppose, but no harm done. I now take a second to look and see if the child is awake or.
Give me a medicine roll.
Oh baby, come on! This dice is the one. That It's a 5.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
You know, you don't know shit about halfling anatomy.
I just like kind of poke at him.
You're like,
I want to check just to see if he's
go for it. Give me a medicine roll.
12.
He's breathing.
Okay.
Nice.
I think that you needed a 10 to tell he was breathing.
I'm going to take him outside to his mother. You should probably continue searching the rest of the house, see if we can find any more traps that need to be set off or disabled.
Can we take 10 to do that?
Yeah, I'll let you take a 10.
I also crawl out of the house with a child on my arm now, kind of terrified of stepping anywhere too fast. So I'm like using a hand to like palm spots on the ground, trying to follow the exact same path.
Let me see. What is going to be your passive investigation on this then?
That would be a 15.
I meant for Chira.
Oh. Not mine.
Okay, cool. So Boss Vidal begins spending time carefully looking over the house, trying to find any more traps.
If you point him out, I can disarm him.
Be looking for him too, lad.
I'll try my best.
The two of you begin combing through, looking for more potential traps. While Balasar, you're wrapping up your rough conversation, and Asheron walks out cradling a small halfling child in his arms. Like a football.
Chosen one, is that all that you found up there?
Balasar and Sig are still looking. I just thought it'd be best to bring them out here.
I don't even know.
No, not Balasar.
But I'm here.
My favorite part is the actual Phil role-playing the look of confusion as Balasar wondering if he's actually in the other place looking.
Not to play my own life.
Bones. Sorry, I just slipped the tongue there. Boss Vidal and Sig are still inside. Didn't mean to confuse you there, but I'm just worried about this small halfling boy. And I kind of like walk over and say, Midge, Merrick, Boss Vidal assured me that he's still breathing.
Oh God!
He was caught up in a trap in the house. If you heard a loud thud, that was seems that just like the dog, they were trying to bait somebody to free the boy.
I mean, this sounds like grayscale tactics to you, Balasar. And for those of you in Poxland that did not get to see this, when Asheron said Balasar instead of Boss Vidal, Phil did this really perfect look of confusion and contemplation it really made it look like his character was having an existential crisis right at that moment.
I feel like Balasar is not far from existential crisis on the red.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I would assume that he's actually completely, like, he knows everything about the world. He just doesn't know that he doesn't know everything.
Well, all things are possible through Olathar.
Olathar is in all things.
So anything's possible. He has to think from it. What, am I really in there looking? Has Olathar put me in two places at once?
I mean, that's some deep thought for somebody who believes that hurricanes are a dragon god's shit.
Lizard god.
Sorry, lizard god.
I do think, though, as soon as Sig and Boss Vidal have cleared the house, that we should head to the next farm immediately. And Midge, I think you and your family should come with us. I don't feel comfortable with you being here if the Grayscales plan to return.
Give me a persuasion roll.
That would be a 6.
Oh, we're going back to town where it's safe.
That's actually the best thing to.
That plan I also support, as long as you aren't staying here.
Their pet told me that there were 2 grayscales among these lands, but they went back to the woods.
Look,
I kind of turn towards
Garrick. I don't know how much I can help going through these houses, but I can take the family back. It's only a few minutes walk. if something goes wrong, I can shout loud enough that everyone's within earshot. But I'll be back within 15 minutes would it take for the walk there and back?
Probably closer to like
Be closer to 20 walking if it's
yeah.
How
Halfway
close?
to short.
get there and back. It's about 10-minute mile walk.
There and back again?
So it's gonna be about half an hour because it's about a mile and a half.
Sure. And halflings have short legs.
Yes, that too.
How close is the woods from here?
I mean, if you look at the map, the woods are not actually particularly close because you guys are kind of like up around here. The woods are all the way. Oh, pardon me. It's like southwest, like closer to where Garrick lives.
Are we wrapping up on the inside of the house then?
Yeah, you've gone through the house. I haven't found anything.
Oh, we can.
The only thing that you did find was a still very much bloody removed cow head set upon a sharpened stick with its eyes removed.
Since we weren't privy to the conversation that was just had, if we're walking out, Balasar, did you find anything?
Yes, there were 2 grayscales here. I just said so.
Well, we were inside the house. Little situational awareness would.
We're sending the halflings back to town while we investigate the other farms, but Balasar said that the dog thinks the 2 grayscales went towards the woods over where Garrick lives, where we were yesterday.
Which farm is in the direction of the woods?
Both of the other 2. This is the easternmost one.
So like hereish on the map?
Yeah, about.
I say
We can hit the farms and go this way.
We go to the closest farm, check that. If there's nothing there, we don't look for traps. We just head to the next, see if we can catch them before they leave and get to the woods, which is potential safety, or can get back to the rest of their tribe.
Honestly, whatever.
I'm taking the Whittle family back now. I don't think they should stay here.
Well, if you take them back, how about you just meet us at the middle farm of the way?
Sounds good.
And
I'll make
grab
sure to bring
Olivier.
as well.
Yeah, grab him while you're there.
So I head off
Honestly,
with the...
whatever made these traps planned on coming back. You don't make a trap that kills something that tries to free from its clutches and not plan on coming back. We should expect that this will be the case with the other 2 farms.
If nothing else, we should go and disable the traps at the other farms so nobody else falls prey to them.
Well, that's the issue. I don't want anybody from town to come back to the safety of their homes just caught up.
Garrick!
Mhm.
Garrick! I yell as you're walking off.
Yeah, sure.
Warn them not to head back to the farms, would you, until we've got this all cleared up.
No, this is evidence that the grayscales are far closer than we thought. They must have moved in immediately after the storm. It's hard to shout and drop your voice.
But
Yeah.
Let me drop my voice and talk louder.
Yeah.
It does feel weird on the throat.
I've tried it.
That's what she said.
But do your people need these crops to feed upon? They will need to be harvested and protected, and spread out your forces even thinner than they are.
I'd have to talk to Sarant Lee, but I think the town could probably get by with maybe 1 or 2 of the farms, which would allow us a little more safety. But certainly the first thing we should do is stop these grayscales from setting more traps and perhaps delivering a message back to the rest of their tribe that the Elmshire can be trifled with right now.
Very well.
And I set off towards the next farm.
Okay.
Going to the next.
So, Garrick, you begin escorting them back.
Keeping an eye out still.
and the others begin making their way over towards the second farm.
So I do want to talk with as we're kind of transitioning.
You cut out.
God dang it. So I do want to, as we're transitioning between, I do want to talk to the party and say, did I cut out again?
Yeah.
You did.
I honestly might have to talk in Sig's voice for the entire podcast, just so that my voice doesn't cut out in the lower register, which is kind of frustrating, but also what I did in the last time we did a podcast. So I guess it's whatever.
Could be worse.
So I do want to talk to the party as we're transitioning between the farms, and say, so like I said, like they're clearly setting up to come back to these farms, and we don't want them to know that the dragon isn't here. He's like the defender here, right? So wouldn't it be wise for us to set up and kill whatever grayscales would be coming back to check the farms?
I think that's our plan. We're just trying to cut them off a little sooner than getting back. I actually think if we find some traps at the next house, maybe we can set some of our own in response.
Or if we find traps already set up, I say we go to the next farm and try and check that out. If there's traps there too, then we can go back and set up an ambush. But if we can just eliminate a threat before it can go and warn of destruction of part of the town to the rest of its group, that would be very beneficial.
Yeah. If they're heading south now, they'll probably return to the farms in reverse order. That way they're heading back north towards their own tribe. So we'll most likely either run into them or we can lay in wait to the third farm.
I want to make a note that while we're traveling, I want to be very, I want to just pay attention on the horizon or like out at a distance.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking for grayscale footprints as well.
All right. Give me a survival roll. What you got?
There it is.
Hey.
You got
23.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
So you find their trail leaving here. And sure enough, there appears to be 2 sets of tracks leaving this farm, heading towards the next one. So you head over to the Fike farm. Garrick, you safely get the Whittles back to Elmshire. Olivier, you're out there having just changed some bandages and dumping out, basically just getting all the old bloody ones out from the house there and into like a wash basin. And you see Garrick walking back into town with the halflings that he left with, but none of the rest of the group.
I want to jog over to Olivier after I make sure they're back.
What is it with you and short people? First the kids, now it's the halflings.
What's with you and bandages?
Like, they heal wounds.
Look, we might need some more of those. There were traps set up for us when we got back to the farms.
What? How?
The grayscales were moving faster than we thought.
Okay. There's fast, and then there's we expected this to happen fast.
Yeah.
Are we sure they're not grayscales in the area right now?
I think we need to get the lizard folk here to just on that case. Midge and Henry, can you talk to certainly we need to get moving back there. I have a question to ask.
They are already going and talking to certainly. They did not need you to tell them to.
Okay. Well, I keep losing track of little ones. This is nothing new.
All right, it's now canon. Garrick is at disadvantage on perception checks when looking for small people.
Seems really counterintuitive to what you've been doing.
Constitution's so low, he probably doesn't have the cardio to catch up to him.
Also fair.
Damn. I had a weird thought that popped into my head, so I'm going to say it popped into his head. And I'm just going to do a quick look behind us to make sure that little halfling girl is not following us in some way, shape, or form.
I'd give you a perception check.
This would be amazing.
That is a 7. I'm not good at that.
Looking back, you do not see Laura trailing behind you.
Okay, I feel very comforted by that.
Okay. Olivier, we need to move.
Sorry, Jado, I did not
back to the
enact
others.
story trope number 172.
What was that? She's in my backpack. Duh.
Hold on, Garrett. Narrator's in my head. What was that?
Narrator.
Just what?
I think he's legitimately asking you what just happened, Shock.
No, I'm asking you what.
What you said.
I need to ask Bones a question once we get back.
If what you're saying is true, now I ain't a tactician, but I've been surrounded by all my life. If I were looking to try and invade a town, I would do what I can to make sure we were investing resources outside of the town.
We know that the lizard folk that they're going to come back to those. My thought, and this is why I want to, and I'm gesturing as to move back to the town. Certainly we'll take care of things here, and the lizard folk will be back, so it'll be.
You're missing the point there, Scrub. They're trying to split us up to take us out one by one.
Yeah.
We should get the others back here then.
We need everybody here.
Mm-hmm. And part of this, as we're walking, if Bones said that storm was sent by Ulathar, and there's a shaman in the other tribe who can maybe do the same thing that Bones can, maybe the storm wasn't completely natural.
You think? And also,
I don't know.
You also have to take consideration that how did they know the dragon's injured? Because they wouldn't be pulling this shit off if he wasn't.
Or attacking so soon after a storm.
Yeah. One would say they almost attacked during the storm. Takes time to set up traps.
They had been there 2 hours before we were.
Phil never told you that.
Oh, okay, well. I thought I would have known by looking at the tracks that I...
You did not roll a high enough survival check.
Oh, okay. I don't have that as a ranger. Dang it. Fair enough.
Look, either way, we got to get everybody rounded up. Clearly, they're working to try and do something.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I better go check up on that dragon. I need to make sure that wing's mending right.
No. You're staying here. You're coming with me.
I'm sorry.
You literally just said that that whatever's out there is trying to split us off and pick us off one by one. You're not going anywhere by yourself.
Who do you think I am?
That was the most clit thing ever.
I don't know who you think you are, but you definitely have the best interest for these people at heart.
Right. And if I were trying to take care of a dragon, I'd hit it at its weakest. I need to make sure he's fine and healing. I took an oath. You ain't gonna stop me from helping that dragon. And I ain't afraid of any sort of grayscale.
What about 10 or 20?
I got enough bolts.
That's so good.
Just take a couple others with you. I'll be back as fast as I can.
Yeah, okay, I'll go see what I can do.
And then I'm going to go sneak off without asking anybody to go check up on the dragon.
And I'm just going to sprint back to the farms.
Okay.
Can you even do that?
Yeah.
Can you even do that? So
I feel like your leg's going to fall off.
as you are making, Olivier starts going off towards the dragon.
As I'm heading towards Dragon 2, I'm also looking for any signs of grayscale along the way, because clearly they're setting up something, and any sort of indication towards would be great.
Give me a perception roll as you're riding along there, little doggy.
Bang. Give me a 19, baby.
Oh,
I like
shit.
it. Man, the Kargan curse has disappeared for once.
Nope, it's not. You misunderstand.
Perception rolls are immune.
Perception rolls are immune, okay? It's clutch moments.
Yes.
The Kargan curse is clutch moment.
Oh, that's probably why mine went out. No.
Oh, God.
That's a good one.
Kargan always struggles with the clutch.
Man, that's ironic that that's bleeding into your everyday life.
That's right. He just said.
I know.
For you.
Anyways, so So Garrick, you start making your way back to the farm with the others, and Olivier's hurrying along towards the giants there. You're oh god, you're out of shape. So as you are about halfway to the farm, give me a perception roll.
Don't fail me, dice. That is a 16.
16, you say. And okay. Okay. You eventually hustle along. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Balasar, Boss Vidal, Sig, and Asheron are arriving at the Fike farm.
Did my perception check from earlier do nothing?
You spotted nothing.
Do another perception check.
No, you have not seen anything while you were traveling.
Well, now that we got to the farm, I was...
Okay.
Welcome to Fight Club.
Welcome to Fight Club.
She'll join you in that venture.
So 11 perception check for Boss Vidal. 14.
Got a 14. Big money.
Baby. Oh, no whammy.
So
Yeah,
you guys begin. You get here and immediately begin looking over, and you see the tracks still kind of going along this place. But you don't see anything that, and you see where obviously the storm has hit it. But you also see a cow wandering around.
This is interesting.
This farm's not as big as the Whittles farm, but looks like it should have a share of crops. Any of you can do a nature check to see if you can figure out what all's made it.
Nope.
I got a 22.
Okay. Well, Asheron, you have definitely studied the working of slave crop workers before. I mean, that's one of your noble upbringing was having to tally the figures of.
Of course, you have to inspect your fields. You can't just trust that they're doing what they're supposed to. Most of them are elves. They're idiots.
I would have taken offense to this.
As you're surveying there, you think that only about a third of the crops at this farm are going to survive to make it through to growing and harvesting. It's kind of hard to tell because you're not certain of everything that was planted, but it's largely submerged and drowned and washed away the topsoil.
I kind of stand up after rubbing the soil in my fingers and just kind of turn to the guys. Well, it doesn't look good for the crops here, but so far I don't. We might get a third of the yield. It's not all destroyed, but it's definitely going to be a low harvest for this farm. So we don't see any sort of footprints here, though.
There were footprints that led up here, and they seem to have, again, moved all around this place.
Mhm.
As you were seeing it.
See any leading?
Trust that cow.
Does the cow have shifty eyes, to show?
You know what? Give me an insight roll.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Balasar, can you speak to the cow?
That would be a natural 1.
Oh my god.
With my 23, what's that cow thinking?
I would like to, just for the record again, with my 23, I would like to know what that cow is thinking.
I want you to know that's a natural 1, but with my bonus, it's a total of 1.
Oh, that changes so many things.
That sweetens the pot for you.
Asheron, actually, oh God, you've heard of this. Number 1, you expect something for, but you think that's a bull, and you think it's about to charge you.
I take a stance against the bull, like a strong, ready to leap stance, facing off against this cow.
He got for the farm, but he doesn't know fuck all about cows.
Crops, sure. Livestock? Hell no.
I just hear a moo out of the corner of my ear, and I just turn ready to pounce against this bull that's coming at me, and I'm just waiting for him to make the first move.
Sig, it seems like a cow.
Okay,
I don't know how to describe
I was gonna say I might spin this insight to see is the cow distressed? Does it look like maybe it's attached?
No,
to something?
it is actually literally just kind of walking around, looking for not completely flooded grass areas. And when it finds one, it stops and chews.
Sig, what are you doing? Get away from that cow! That bull is ready to charge any moment.
Is it a bull or cow?
I want to still keep following the tracks. I'm not going to pay.
Oh yeah, well, I was gonna do the same. Where do they stop? Or where does it end with my previous one?
Give me a survival roll.
Sure. Ooh, 18 plus 5, 24.
I got an 8, so I'm
23.
Yeah, that number. That big number.
You start looking for the tracks look like a complete mess to you, but then Balasar does again, dropping onto all fours, sniffing at the footprints, begins crawling along after them.
We have our own fucking blood blizzard. Yeah. You're the greatest tracker that's ever lived.
Balasar, where are you?
I've actually
you are our Scooby-Doo.
In between farms, I've fashioned a rod with a string and that bone in front of him so that he's encouraged to continue following the tracks.
And he'd stop looking at the tracks and look at the bone.
I mean, mostly what I care about is did any of the tracks go inside the house?
Yeah. So you begin following the tracks. Are you guys all following him? I know Baus Vidal is, but I don't know about Asheron and Sig, who is staring down the cow.
I back
like they're
away from
busy.
the cow slowly
Not
and make my way towards the house, keeping my eyes on said cow.
Give it 10 gold.
Bribe.
Never taking my eyes off the cow.
May this appease you, great warrior.
Ladies and gentlemen, that once. Yeah, you still don't trust that thing. You don't care what the others say. That thing is ready to go mad at a moment's notice.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's a disease, really. So as you begin all following him in the tracks, and you begin leading around, they stop short of the house, moving. You go, and you're following them for a bit. They seem to walk all around here, never going into the buildings. But then you go and you kind of curve around there, and you've been searching around for a bit, and you see you look, and in the distance you see a Garrick hustle. And give me perception checks, all of you that are not Garrick.
17.
8.
And a 13. Doing good.
14.
Boss, you see slinking out from emerging from a particularly deep puddle behind Garrick as he runs past it, a large mud-covered lizard man emerging out from behind him, like all of 10 feet behind him, with a club raising up over its hands.
I just yell, Garrick, behind you.
And we're going to roll initiative.
Yay.
Oh.
This is what I always wanted. This is why I asked him to take you with him. Yeah, we begged. I did.
Dragon. I have to protect the dragon.
I got
That's
a 10.
14.
10
I
for
also
initiative.
got a 10.
Okay. 1 second. Let me.
That initiative roll below.
All right.
I gotta start rolling the dice again.
All right. We have a 10 for boss.
It's worked out real good for me so far tonight, Jira.
What?
Rolling real dice.
Yeah.
14. Garrick has a
Hey man, at least it
15.
feels like the results are in your, because they
True.
kind of are.
Bones. What you got?
Got a 5.
Well,
Five.
you know what? I just rolled for fun and I rolled a 2, so maybe I take back everything I've ever said.
And
And then the second one was an 18, so whatever.
Asheron.
10.
10. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to roll the ones out of these dice tonight. You got to do that before the session. It's important.
Totes
Roll
my
all the
goats.
ones out.
Totes my goats. No, there was no goat. Just one scary cow.
Hey. And he's about look, dude, what's his initiative? Because I don't trust that cow's initiative. He goes before me. I am going to be screwed.
Somewhere on the other side of Elmshire,
I will
Olivier is like,
roll-
something is amiss.
Oh man, I'm missing a fight. I'm really sad.
I smell a fat
That's the cow. The cow goes on 9.
Oh, good. Yes, I get to go first. Hell yeah.
So dumb.
I'm literally including the cow in the initiative simply because of you.
I knew it. The cow was working with the Grayscales all along.
Ashrod actually believes that he's being currently.
So Garrick, because of Boss seeing it and warning, you managed to glance back over your shoulder to see this hulking, mud-covered, gray-scaled, like 7-foot-ish lizard man with a large of a club rear up out of the apparently what you thought was just the puddle, but they must have dug it deeper and hid camouflaged in there, and he's raising his club up to you. You get to go first.
Okay, I'm gonna move towards the group, pull out my bow and fire at this guy. Cause fuck.
Okay, so we figured out who Shaggy is.
I kind of imagine a Garrick doing like this old man tumble because he's not really. He's been running all day, so he's just doing this old man sort of like flop over and then pull the bow.
Oof. So yeah, you run 30 feet away from the thing. Give me your attack roll.
That is an 18 plus 6. That's a 24.
That will hit.
So here's the D8. That is 8 piercing damage. I rolled a 4 plus 4.
Okay, you run back real quick. Remember, instincts taking over as you pull the arrow back and shoot right into the thing's shoulder. With a hiss of pain, it takes the arrow and looks very nonplussed. Sig. He's about. Garrick is now about, I don't know, 60 feet away from you, and 30 feet and 40 feet away from him is this lizard man.
Thank you for reading my brain. I'm going to try to stealth and start running wide.
Okay.
So, like, if they're in a straight line, I want to kind of arc out around, so that way, if there's another one, because there's 2 sets of tracks, I can kind of be hiding and be ready for it.
Well, you're gonna need something to hide behind.
I
so
choose
you're-
the cow.
Good choice.
Done. Give me. You're gonna run up there and give me your stealth roll.
Careful, that cow gets a stack of opportunity on you.
Cow, don't fail me now. 23 stealth. I am basically a cow spot.
Sig darts out, pass over to the side there, and takes cover behind the cow. At this point, the lizard folk begins moving to catch up the distance between him and Garrick. But Garrick, having gotten the initial drop of the run on him, grabs up a javelin in his spare hand and throws it at old man Garrick.
Old man.
Have some free wood, dirtbag.
Here we rolled our characters. Garrick has like approximately 1 hit point.
Yeah, I have
'Cause he-
I have -2 to my Constitution modifier, so I'm getting less health.
And good night,
So-
sweet prince.
Ladies, so we have the first natural 20 on a critical hit as
You can't.
Lizard
be
head
serious.
is critically hitting.
Javelin plus strength.
Next, because it's a ranged attack, right?
I don't think it matters. He's gonna get eaten.
7 points of damage.
I have 1 health.
Hey man, he rolled a 1 on that.
Yeah, you're
Lucky.
actually really
You're
fortunate.
very lucky. That could've- if
The
he
average roll should have killed you.
Yeah, if he averaged out, you were dead.
As you're running back from a turn, and this javelin, and so this is going to be something that I'm going to be attempting to work with here, because you're hit with a critical hit. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
That's the opposite of what you're good at.
Oh yeah, let's see if I get a negative on this roll. Oh my nat 20!
Oh my god, you're the hero.
And the return nat 20.
Even though I rolled a nat 20, I still got an 18.
Doesn't matter, baby. Nat 20.
This is so awkward.
So this javelin flies through the air and clips you right right along the ribs. And for a moment, it does so much pain and breaks into you, but it doesn't completely pierce the skin. It just hits with such an impact, and you, for a minute, fear. You listen with instinct, almost like waiting for the sound of a rib to crack, but it doesn't. So with critical hits, I'm now going to institute try this out and see how it works. Constitution saving throws for more permanent ish injuries, broken bones, dislocations and such.
So issues that would be way harder to manage.
Yes.
Just resting up.
Yes, that would require more than just a basic heal spell, but a restoration. Exactly. It's something I'm going to try out. We'll see how well it works.
Man, I wish we had a fucking dedicated.
You mean your cleric?
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
See, you say that, but his name is Bones, and his first thing that he wants to do is just he can take a little piece of us.
Can you take my whole body right now? Everything hurts.
So yeah, you have bruised but not broken ribs.
Knocked the wind right out of you, didn't it?
Asheron?
Now to me.
All right.
Because I believe you have a higher dex than Balasar.
I have a plus
Balasar?
1.
I have a 14.
Oh, never mind. Balasar has a higher dex. I just assumed that
what'd you roll for?
I rolled a 10.
No,
You rolled a 10.
Asheron
What's-
should go first then, because I rolled a
What's-
5.
Well,
Me and Balasar
rolled,
tied.
I rolled a
Or
10.
not Balasar. Basfidel.
Yeah, I rolled
Boss.
a 10
I'm
and
sorry.
I have a +3 dex.
I'm sorry. I got those mixed up. That
Yeah.
was Boss Vidal.
I told Phil this during before the first session when everybody was here, but nobody was paying attention. Oh, we fucked up with having 2 B names.
Yeah.
Fucked up real bad.
Clearly, it hasn't hindered me one bit. So
anyways, so Boss.
Okay.
Again,
How
Garrick-
far away is this lizard?
he's about at this point he's about 60 feet away.
60 feet
because-
away. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
is. He's right on, right behind old Garrick, who is
I'm gonna
running.
my full movement, go 30 feet
Mhm.
up, and I have a javelin, and
Yes.
I'm going to just fucking huck this javelin into this lizard, while at the same time yelling out, "Don't kill him, we should capture him."
Yes, thank you.
And I'm gonna, is it javelin plus strength? Is that what that is? Dex?
Mhm.
Let me change. And I'm glad my dex is as good as my strength because this makes life easier. 24 to hit.
Yeah, you run up. Boss with immediately kicks her, running, splashing through the mud. Goes, "Don't kill it! Take it alive!" And
And I fucking huck it like an Olympic javelin thrower.
oh yeah, like, and it flies through the air and lands and hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage is a 4. I
4.
rolled as low as I could on the damage.
As you glance, the thing's shoulder, with it still like tearing out some of the skin, as it is shrieks in anger. And just so you guys know, to reiterate, the 5th edition rule on the site is literally when you would do damage that would drop it that would kill it, you can decide that you are not killing it. That's literally the rule, and the player's handbook is you just go, oh no, yeah, I don't want to kill it with this hit, and if you do normal damage and it just drops it to unconscious.
That makes life really easy. Yeah, I'm not trying.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Fireballs all
Instead
day.
of at the beginning being like, "Oh yeah, I want to do non-lethal damage," and then, well, it's not going to do as much. Blah blah.
Or the penalty to hit for dealing non-lethal. That's way to encourage.
I do lethal with fireball.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you, Micmash?
What would that be
All
called?
right.
A mild ball?
All right, Asheron.
Okay. Before I go, I'm going to give myself a DC2 wisdom check to make sure that I don't think this cow just is part of this. And that he didn't swallow Sig, because Sig ran over to the cow and Sig is gone. So I'm just going to do this check real quick. All right, I made a 12, so I passed that.
Yeah,
Which
the
means-
cow is not the greatest threat right now. It's
Yeah.
Little Japan. If the cow is a threat, he's playing the long game.
All right.
He's waiting until the moment you let.
So
your-
I only see the one lizardman, right?
Yes.
And can I get to him in one turn?
60 feet.
He is currently 60 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to make 30 feet of it, draw my Morning Star, and then let off a firebolt. And that is a 13 to hit.
13 to hit. You know what? At this moment, he did not have his shield readied. So, because he had thrown the javelin on his last turn. So that is actually going to hit.
Hey. Then I hit him for 3 points of fire damage.
Nice.
As you throw a small bolt of fire, hitting and singeing some of the scales.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Gary, damage
You
to.
cut out that Chira. What?
Is
You
that-
cut out that Chira.
Oh, we've done 7 points of damage to Blizzard. Where are you?
Yeah,
We're vibing.
Eye for an eye.
Lots of damage to him.
Oh, well, I apologize then.
The cow spots some grass and begins to chew us.
He moves out of the way, and now fucking Sig is very, very visible.
Anyways, the cow is startled by all of this and begins to run away.
Attack him. Attack.
Revealing Sig. I mean, I guess technically, yeah, you would have a attack of opportunity against this cow if you felt so inclined.
Could I instead do a responsive stealth to try to match it as it runs? Like on the. So if it's
Here's what I would allow. Because typically, Reaction gives you an attack. Well, an attack roll could instead be a grapple.
Oh my
I
god.
will allow you.
Please ride the cow.
I will
Yes.
allow you to cling to the side of the cow in an attempt to maintain it being hidden by clinging onto the side of the cow between you and the lizard man.
Just ride the cow into an amazing charge. It'll be the first time I've seen an animal handling go.
I do that.
Okay.
I need you to, if you're attempting to cling on this thing, I need you to make an athletics roll.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell no. That's a 16.
You successfully The cow starts to bolt, and you just respectfully just like literally cling on. So you're like on the side of the cow with your arms spread, one hand like up by its spine, the other gripping next to its others, and your legs gripping on the same way, riding the side of this cow as it is bolting in a different direction. Give me a stealth roll at disadvantage.
As much as a cow can bolt.
Yes.
How do you
just roll the
for
stealth
Claire,
roll? I'm just
roll it,
telling
okay.
you it's a disadvantage so that you'll be able to. So, okay, 9 on your stealth roll. It's harder to remain stealth while riding on a cow's side, okay?
I feel vindicated that I said this cow was going to charge, and that's exactly what he's doing.
You know what?
Charging away, but
I feel like
charging.
you need to make a terror check. Your fear. At this point, it's everything. Your worst night.
Oh my god.
That was a natural 20, no joke. On my terror check.
But
a
the
waste.
cow is running away with Sig.
Oh man.
Bones, Balasar.
Okay, I just have a very curious look just seeing what's going on, and I want to do a perception check to see if there's another grayscale around us, because I saw 2 trails of goddamn lizards around us.
That you did. Give me a perception roll.
7, 12. Nope. All right.
You
Then
don't see any. Looking around, you don't see any other sign of another grayscale.
Then I get on all fours and move 30 feet closer to the acquired target. And
You're a fucking blue skink.
I open up my jaws and I release a sacred flame towards the evil being.
You're puking fire at him.
Must make a dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC, Phil?
He gets a 13 on it.
13.
You quickly like, and this flame appears and he just dodges out of the way.
Alright. Then I just stand up on my 2 feet and grab my turtle shell and my shillelagh.
Oh, right.
All right, Garrick.
Can I run behind anyone at the moment?
Yes, actually, your movement could get you behind Boss, Balasar, or Asheron. If you double moved and ran away, you could catch up to Sig on the cow.
No, I'm gonna turn, fire an arrow, and then just continue to run behind one of them.
Okay, so while you just turn back, catch arrow while running back to get with your friends.
I'll roll in roll 20 this time.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Roll. It's a 12. That probably doesn't hit.
It just bounces off of his scales.
Fuck. I'm too old for this shit.
So Sig,
Tell me where me and the cow are going.
so the cow is running from the fight.
Okay.
and you
I'm
are
scared.
and you are clinging to the side of the cow.
Handle that animal, baby. Turn her around.
I hate to ask this, but is Sig aware that he's been running away from the fight because like his face is currently in cow?
Nope. Can I use animal handling to get a
Absolutely.
Bit of wrangle on the-
animal handling. If you
and that's a 7.
There's nothing that I want to see more than a small boy ride a cow into combat. Nothing. There isn't anything that could be more poetically beautiful.
for lack of better words, you attempt to get this cow to get yourself into a position to be on top of the cow and actually ride it. And it occurs to you that you have nothing in your life at all has prepared you for this moment.
It is an utter failure.
You're playing grab ass with a bovine.
And then this scared cow's running. You're not able to get control of it.
That's pretty fair. It's a scared cow.
Not with a 7. You still technically have your movement. You could drop off the cow and move, or you can
Nice.
commit to this.
You know what he's gonna do.
He's too deep. He's too deep.
I
Do
mean,
what's right
how
by Sig.
far away are we talking? I'm guessing we're like veering to the
Yes, basically, if you guys are the fight,
You never planned on this.
Yeah.
You never planned on cow shenanigans, did you?
if think of it this way, if the fight is to the south, this cow is
Going anywhere else.
Is
So literally, he starts to fly.
this
You
cow
don't
is
know.
running. The cow is running west towards the up to the next farm.
Okay. I actually, I'll be a decent human being, and can I use acrobatics to potentially like dodge roll off the cow and just get my losses?
sure.
Nice. And that's a nat.
So you
25.
attempting to get a hold of the cow, you go, no, this isn't working, and you do this a quick little like spring dismount, land cleanly on your feet. I'm gonna say with that nat 20 means that you've not lost any of your movement.
Yeah. So when I moved up to the cow, how far did I move the first turn?
You moved 30. You moved 30 feet to get to the cow,
Nice.
and now the cow moved, so you're like 60 feet away from the fight.
Okay.
This is like a prairie though, right? And is he short enough that if he moves, you just see the move grass? It's like
It's
something
not
like-
actually out to the prairie lands yet. You're
Okay.
you're at the
Yeah.
section kind of in between the farm and the town.
Okay.
The Widow House was on the prairie. This one's a little closer to the.
Shit. Then I'll actually move 30 feet back towards the party. But I mean, I guess kind of beelining like the 30 feet towards the lizard man.
You're like, oh fuck, dismount and run. Okay.
Yeah.
a good try.
I wanted it real bad.
Lizard.
My side.
What would the
let's
lizard do?
That's a really good question here. He
Summons the
stops.
hurricane.
He kind of stops, sees you all, and kind of cackles and says in Draconic, as the only language that they know. So this is going to be Bones and Asheron will be able to understand. And Garrick, that's right. Will be able to understand this. It says, it doesn't matter. You may take me. Sorry, it doesn't matter. You won't take me. It's Seshwin will come for you all. You are too late. And with that, he literally takes takes another javelin and jams it into his throat.
Oh! I immediately cast Lay on Hands.
Does he choose to do non-lethal damage?
He does not.
Damn it! All right.
And immediately jams himself, and I'm gonna make him actually roll damage for purposes here, but it will be an automatic crit because really it's against himself.
Right.
Like, let's be real.
Oh man, that would have killed me.
Did he kill himself?
He drops to the ground, bleeding profusely.
Oh. So yes.
Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it?
It's
Whose
your
is it?
turn.
All right.
I also tell you what he said, boss.
I run up to him because I should hit him with my 30 speed, and I'm going to put 1 point of Lay on Hand just to keep.
You stabilize him at 1 hit point. He did not roll critically enough to outright murder himself.
And I just look at him and I say, "It's not that easy to get away from us."
Oh, please let him get away from us.
So simply for cinematic purposes, and because it's going to make a great wrap up with what you guys are doing right there, I'm going to say you heal him back up, pulling the javelin out and say, "It's not that easy to get away with us," and just slug him in the face and knock him back unconscious.
That's fair.
I can
Because-
dig that.
because that's what I want to happen. So, so
I've been wanting to use 1 point on Leon the entire night, and I did it.
he had 7.
After he says that, I walk up to Boss Vidal and I just kind of look down. He probably doesn't understand common.
So,
Well,
fun
I'm just
fact,
gonna put a
he
10
was-
then.
He was at exactly 8 hit points left when he stabbed himself.
Wow.
Wow.
That's why I made him roll damage, because there was a chance that he may not have inflicted enough damage to kill himself.
Takes the
So,
club.
Ow! Like,
So add to your inventory 1 captured grayscale lizard man.
I'm also picking up my fucking javelin, taking his.
All right.
How many does he have?
His is currently inside of Garrick, so you have to pull it out.
Oh, I just go out and I take it out of Garrick and I keep it.
So, meanwhile, over at Zach's place, Olivier, you hustle, and you see Zach sitting there stunning himself on top of the building. You were right where you had left him earlier in the day. He pokes his head up immediately. He goes, "Is something wrong?"
I just stopped by to check up on your wing, make sure it's healing okay. Also, apparently grayscales are setting up traps in the farmlands.
So, at that sentence, we're going to go ahead and end the game for tonight.
Oh,
My side.
And so we can. Everyone wants to. We'll be back next week for more riveting adventures of what's going to happen next. Well, yeah, poor Garrick almost bit it.
Yeah.
Are you saying that we'll be back next week, Lashak?
Next week.
You mean next week in Jerusalem?
And I'm stopping the recording and exporting the audio. And
We did it.
We got it in there.
And done.
Oh, I appreciate everything you guys have ever done. That was a good one.
Shit, you
I
guys.
just wish Sid could have rid that cow.
I wanted to wrangle that cow so bad.
Next time, buddy.
I did too, but I didn't want it enough to unjustly give you advantage on that roll.
Jock, if the lizard folk had taken the club and tried to bash his own head, would he have better luck on that damage roll?
No, it would have been the same damage.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Damn, that hurt, bro.
All right, let me make that.
I'm so glad that worked though.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord.
All right, episode 42 folder is now created in the drive.
You know, it's interesting because I'm fucking Garrick's like best friend, personal heal bot, and the fact that my whole lay on hands would almost heal him to full.
I mean, I think
next level it may.
It probably will.
Does that mean we get the next level?
Actually, yes, you guys level up to level 2.
Level 2.
Here's the funny thing. So
Now I need y'all to roll for your hit points.
Wait, what? Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is gonna be rough.
Oh shit!
Do you want me to do it in here? Do you want me to do it on here?
Roll 20.
Oh,
All
man.
witnesses.
Oh,
Doing it right now.
Oh,
Yeah, right now.
fuck.
There it is, baby. Let's go.
Wait, oh.
Yeah, you can just hit the hit dice button. I'll allow that.
Okay.
I'll allow any of you to just click the hit dice button because
I'm a wizard. I need those hit points, man.
will automatically include your con.
Okay, so
Hold on.
mine wasn't just 2. Nice.
Yes.
Will you
So
allow
that-
me to re-roll that, or do I have
Yeah,
to just
I will allow you to.
Where is...
Oh,
oh shit!
We in this, boys.
Now, because I'm not
There we go.
because I'm not a total dick on this, if you roll under a third of your max, I will allow you to take the average.
What's all right? So
Oh.
what's-
If you actually look
Double
in the
HP,
book,
baby.
it
Same,
says
bro.
like
fuck.
it says 1d10 or like +6. So 6 would be the average
For a 1d8.
for a 1d10.
1d8 is, I think.
I can find
average?
out by just turning the page and
Do
seeing.
you know how
it's 5.
important this makes
Yeah.
to like actually fucking putting points?
In a con,
That's
yeah.
fucking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh shit! Sig went from a 2 to an 8.
Yup. I'll take the 20
I'm gonna
credit
keep
hit
my
points.
1d6 plus 2 I rolled the shock, if that's
Okay.
fine. I want that 5, please.
I'll take the. I think I'll take the average on that.
Okay.
Holy
I'm
shit.
taking
allow
the
it.
average because I have to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no choice.
Dude, I'm like a step above you, so yeah.
Then I was gonna laugh if Garrick only got like 2 more hit points, and then Tira could have healed him all with his 2nd level lay on hands.
That's so good.
So
Oh,
it's
of course.
Is
Fuck
the,
me.
it's the average. So the average is what?
6 plus your con.
Okay.
Oh, it's 6 plus con. Well,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
my life even better.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
I'll take the average.
Is there a weird space where you can do worse by rolling like a 4 instead of a 3?
We'll play it by ear. I want to see how it goes, because it could be really bastardizing or not.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I have 20 hit points, boys.
Hey, same here.
I'm sitting on 18 because my con's slightly below yours, Jira.
16 boys, we in this. Although currently it's 9.
That actually that makes it really important to put points in con early. Actually,
Well, no, it doesn't, because
It's
when-
retroactive.
Is it?
in 5e, if you increase your con, then it'll give you 1 more point for each hit die.
level.
And that's actually been every D&D forever.
Really?
Still important.
3rd edition.
Yeah.
3rd edition, back to 3rd edition. You're I'm not 100% certain about 2nd ed, but 3rd edition 3.5, 4th
So
edition,
you
Pathfinder,
basically,
all of them
basically
retroactive.
whatever your con roll is, just add that per level. So like that, if next level, well, let's say like a level 4, if I increase.
You would
But
get
your
1
con-
con for every
It's-
level.
Yeah. Like,
I basically just add 4 hit points.
So welcome to level 2.
Holy shit, I'm going to be proficient with a weapon now. And I can wear armor.
So that means we've got Kargan got action surge.
Yes!
And what's Phil's domain feature?
I gotta
His
speak with
nature.
plants.
Yes!
Oh, good.
If he's a fucking genius when he speaks to animals, be a
No,
goddamn savant when he's.
He can use his channel divinity to charm animals and plants.
Oh, Jesus.
It is charmed by him, meaning that it becomes friendly to him. He is the animal whisperer. Oh God, let's
Nice.
see. What else do we?
Cunning action.
Oh, cunning action's real good.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have spellcasting now, guys.
Yes, you
Same.
do. And you get to choose a fighting style, and you have divine smite.
Man, I got so many things. Right. I wish I could have. Wait, I have to do smite melee though. I was about to say throwing a holy javelin.
It's a melee attack.
I know
Yeah.
that's what I just said.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you. You cut out for me. Sorry.
All right. Any questions? Send me a message on
My
Slack
needle
or whatever.
levels-
1 second. What was the name of the dude that the lizard grayscale said?
Seshwin.
Szechuan.
Szechuan.
Not Szechuan.
Szechuan.
No.
We gotta go to
His
Szechuan.
name was Szechuan.
Well, I don't understand. So I speak Draconic, but I don't hear the accent.
Szechuan. I can spell it for you.
Okay. We got to find that sauce, Morty.
We gotta find that
sauce,
whole,
Morty.
it's my whole arc, Morty.
Okay, that was completely different by how I spelled it. All right.
Now you can spell however you like. That's the just for phonetically pronouncing it. Szechuan. All right, boys. It's been a pleasure.
you say?
Ouch.
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 Have a good night. Any other questions?